Hey friends, and welcome back to AmandaMuse and Cup of Coffee. Isn't this such a cute mug? Side story, this is probably one of the first mugs I bought when I moved back to Canada and we got our own house. I digress. Today I want to talk about something kind of serious. It's YouTube burnout, social media burnout, and comparison hangovers. I feel like this is on the tip of my tongue lately. I think I have some stuff I can offer on this subject matter, considering I have been in this game for 6 years. Let's jump into it. If you happen to be new to my channel, I make videos over here on YouTube and also across many social media platforms talking about how to live your best life as a mom, as a human. We talk about real things, we have real opinions, we show a lot of realness, not just the buzzword. Do you know what I'm saying? Alright, so this is stemmed from an article I recently read, I'm gonna link it below, that talks a lot about YouTubers burning out, like legit having mental breakdowns. And this is a serious matter, and I thought we should talk about it a little bit. Especially if this is also your gig, or this is something you're hoping to create. I think it's important to know what you're getting into, and maybe some best practices. Now time for a sip. I'm multitasking here. I gotta leave the house in like 10 minutes to pick up my kid. So let's see if we can bang this out. First thing is that I think one of the biggest issues and one of the biggest pressures is to constantly be on. Constantly. And one of the things I'm noticing is that a lot of people that are talking about this burnout tend to be a little bit on the younger side. That's not to say that older people, I would not consider myself old, but I am not 20. I have a little bit more life experience and also maybe a little bit more, dare I say, responsibility, as in children and homes to upkeep and all of these things. So I don't mean to have like ageism in here because I've experienced that myself in the past, and I don't mean to say that, but I think sometimes your big sister has got to sit you down and give you a little, you know what I mean? And just kind of talk some sense into you. Also though, I think it's important to understand the industry and why it's kind of screwing people over. So here's the thing. People are always going to want more. No matter what kind of channel, whatever it is that you do, people are going to want more. In a space where you are your own boss, if you will, you are the one managing your own content, you're the one that has to set those boundaries. So I, over the years, have had different types of schedules, different amount of days per week that I upload, although I don't think I've ever gone more than 3 videos a week. I think 3 videos is my max. Truth be told though, I'm at a point where I'm looking like maybe I want to drop a video and go down to 2 weeks because it's just a lot to manage. Viewers, audience members will always want you to be making more content, will always want to see more of you, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're making YouTube videos, going live on Facebook, going live on YouTube, like wherever it is, people want more because they like you. They like your company, they enjoy spending time with you, you know? But if you're finding that that is not working to your benefit or to your lifestyle, then I think it's time to reevaluate. So I guess the first thing I want to mention and just like kind of tackle this topic kind of quickly, but the first one is you have to set boundaries. Yes, people may want you to be online every day, but I feel like maybe the industry is starting to switch where it's a little bit of quality over quantity. I personally don't watch channels that vlog every day, and even if they did vlog every day, I'm not watching every video. I enjoy people, but I enjoy you know, a glass of wine to enjoy the glass of wine. I don't need the full bottle. On that note, little sip here. So I think the first thing is establish appropriate boundaries. If everybody in your life is like, your face is always in your phone, and I'm saying this because I've been told this before, your face is always in your phone, you're always working, you never play with us, I never see you anymore because you're always working, the list goes on, it's time to reevaluate your priorities. This moment in time is fleeting and you're never gonna get it back. However that sits with you, is however it will. For me, that means my children are gonna grow up and they're not gonna need me as much, and I'm never gonna have this time with them again, and I will have an abundance of time to myself the older I get. I appreciate that life ebbs and flows, as do jobs, as do careers, as does money, as does happiness, the list goes on. I've had many jobs in my life. I love this current job, and I don't know what it's gonna morph into, but I'm open to the possibility that things may change. And how one pivots and adapts is kind of essential to evolution, if you will, but you know, the evolution of your life and how it's all gonna unfold. So establish boundaries, appreciate that you know, work smarter, not necessarily harder. Like, understand it's quality over quantity. You don't need to be, posting on Instagram every single day, for example. A friend of mine and I were just talking about this. You can post once a day instead of 3. Like, are you seeing a financial reward from the actions you're taking? And if you're not, and it's more of like a holistic thing, then maybe look at the big picture and go, where do I love to put my energy? What's important to you? For me, I noticed that have been feeling, I wouldn't say burnout, but just kind of tired, and like I'm not doing any of the fun things. And so I was like, you know what? I need to pull back. I need to reduce my team. I've cut down team members, so it's just me and one other person right now. And that's only because I just need to pause all the work stuff and get back to what I find enjoyable and what I find brings me joy. Because by bringing myself joy and happiness, it's gonna fill my cup and I'm gonna have the energy to work. So boundaries, quality over quantity. You do not need to work yourself into the ground. The other thing I think is just, being aware and having a little bit of self-reflection, self-awareness of your mental health, of your health in general, and to pay attention to that. It's very, very important. Fame isn't everything. Money isn't everything. You only, I find a lot of people put a lot of weight in views, in subscribers. And I have done the same in the past, for sure. I think it's a natural tendency in the space that we're in and the way our culture is shifting and how we place value on things. How many likes, how many views, how many comments. I think that with time, with having more meaningful relationships with other people in your life, with yourself, you start to realize what's important. But you can be easily swayed by so many things. And I think it's important to do things that root you a bit, that ground you to the earth. You want to be surrounding yourself with people who are hustling, but even that word, I don't really love that word anymore, because I don't know that you need to hustle. I think you can just work smarter. But who have hustle, who have drive. It's important to be around those people. It's also important to be around people who just make you smile and make you feel good and don't talk about work. There is more to life. Maybe you need to sell all your shit and move to Malaysia like I did, because I feel like it's kind of changes you. And when you throw yourself off your equilibrium and do something that kind of scares you, it has a way of changing. I swear it changes your brain in how you look at things, in how you place importance on material things. So maybe I'm getting a little fluffy towards the end of this conversation, but I feel like there needs to be more thought put into what we do. And yes, there is a point where you may have to be in the weeds, if you will, working your ass off, trying to build something for yourself. Yes. But you can't be at that level permanently. You're gonna have to hire out, hire team members to help you create, which I know is not an option for everybody, by the way. Create boundaries, work smarter, not harder. Figure out ways to repurpose your content so that you're realizing, if you want to get down to it, something like maybe max, 6%, maybe even less of your audience actually gets to see the content you create. That's some bullshit. And I have to say, I love YouTube, but YouTube isn't helping the situation because their algorithms are positioned so that you have to produce every day in order for your audience to see your content, honestly. And I don't do that. And my content has for sure been hit by that, where I've noticed a drop in my views, a drop in my subscribers, and it sucks. And I have days where I'm like, this is brutal. But then I also have days where I go on bike rides with my family and I don't vlog it and I don't share it. I just live it, because you have to live your life too. You have to pull back from the camera every now and then. So I think I gotta run now. I gotta go get my baby from school. There's definitely more I could say about the subject matter, but your mental health is a priority. How you feel in your life is important, and you can't really convey that. It just is what happens. It's kind of like with parenting. I can tell my children all the things in the world that I want them to do, how I want them to behave, how I want them to think about themselves, all of that. But the reality is they are learning more by just watching what I model for them. I feel like that resonates. You can't just talk about leading a healthy lifestyle online. You have to live one and then show that. Do you know what I mean? There's got to be a balance. Balance is also a bullshit word because it's impossible in parenting. Do you see how convoluted and complicated this gets? Anyways, I hope that some of this made sense. A little heart to heart about this, but I think we can't expect things like YouTube to fix their algorithms to make it better for our mental health. It's never gonna happen because YouTube is a business and people will squeeze as much out of that lemon as they can, but it's up to you as a conscious creator, as a human being, to place priority on yourself and your mental health, and then everything else comes second and third and all of that. So if you're in a shitty place right now mentally and you're feeling discouraged, I feel you. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to chat. But also sometimes just like kicking off your shoes and walking barefoot on the grass and feeling connected to something that is bigger than a YouTube like and an Instagram viral photo or whatever the hell it is. Like, there's more to it, you know? All right. Peace, guys. See you in the next video.